Hey, it's me, SB. Welcome back to my channel. So, remember whenever I said I would come back if I found out how to make a cap or a lid for these polymer clay pins? Well, I kind of figured it out. These were my first attempts, or are my first attempts, rather. And, well, I used tin foil, or it's not really tin foil, it's aluminum foil. And I wrapped this right here around with it and kind of formed it to the shape of this and created a cap. But I hate the way that looks. Like, it looks so ridiculous to me. It's funny, but I mean, it works, right? But it looks so funny. Okay, anyways, I was looking around YouTube to see if somebody else did it, and yeah, I found one, but they actually created the whole pin out of polymer clay, which was so cool. It was by Mo Clay. That channel, they haven't posted in a long time, but I thought that was so cool. That was my cat knocking something down in the kitchen. Well, anyways, hold on. Okay, so anyways, I saw that Mo Clay, I believe it was called, they used some soft metal, like for embossing, and they wrapped it around and put the polymer clay over it. So I thought, hey, I have all of these little tea lights here. Maybe I could utilize this just to create the base so that way it's not so soft like the aluminum foil, and wrap it around just to create this part right here, because the rest I can kind of, you know, manipulate a little bit to stay straight. We're gonna see how it's gonna come out. Like all of my other super long videos, I am gonna condense this one down into a short video so that way you guys don't, if you don't like watching me or hearing me talk a lot. I still talk a lot in the other videos, but it'll be condensed down. So I'm gonna take this tea light, and it's pretty much burnt out anyways, and I'm gonna just cut it. This wax should just come out of here. What I should have done was put it in the freezer to get the wax out. Let me see. I might actually do that. I get too excited whenever I like figure stuff out, and I don't take time to do things correctly. Actually, I think I'm just gonna peel it out with my nail because it looks like it's pretty thin anyways. Yeah. So yeah, an easy way to get wax out of stuff is just to put it in the freezer for like a good 30 minutes. Let the wax get really hard and it'll just go pop out. But that works too. So I'm gonna move these out of the way. So I am gonna attempt to do this. It looks like it's all one piece. Isn't it? It looks like it, but anyways, I'm just gonna cut it and I'm gonna try to straighten it out. Oh yeah, it cuts really good. It just, ooh, that's a good sound. Yeah, I always do things the wrong way. There we go. Now be careful because these might be pretty sharp. I'm just going to kind of flatten it out as much as I can and then straighten out these jagged edges. Yeah, I was trying to think of stuff that I had around the house already. I believe the clay that they used on, the metal that they used on Mo Clay was like an embossing sheet, like an aluminum sheet that you can buy. I actually looked up the aluminum sheets to see how much they were, and I couldn't justify buying it because I don't know, I just couldn't justify it to pay $10, you know, for I think it came with 5 or 6 sheets of it at Hobby Lobby, and they're just like the really cheapy ones. I read the reviews on them, and they didn't get the best reviews, but I couldn't justify it, so I decided, what do I have around the house that is soft metal that I can cut with scissors? And I thought of the tea light. So I have a bunch of those, and my husband was asking me, why are you keeping those burnt out tea lights? And I told him, I don't know, I might use it for something. And guess what? I'm using it for something. Anyways, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to go on the side that doesn't have the wax on it. And I'm just going to wrap it around, kind of put where I want it here. Just kind of measuring it. And it should hold its shape. Oh, 6:45. I say should, I don't know if it will. Okay, Google, go away. No, go away. Thank you. My gosh. Ah. Oh my god, and it keeps going. Stop. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim this. And let me tell you, they made it look so easy. I was like, how did they get it to stay together, like where you want it? I was thinking about using tape and just taping it right there. And the tape that I would use is probably some masking tape. I have the blue stuff, but the last time I tried using the blue stuff, with polymer clay and in the oven, it kind of started smoking. So I've used the tannish stuff before, and it didn't make it smoke, but we'll see. So I'm just going to use some masking tape and kind of form it around here, get it as tight as I can. And I'm going to put the tape right on that seam just to hold it. There we go. And that should hold it in place. And that masking tape shouldn't affect anything. Like I said, unless it's smoking in your oven, like mine is. Like I said, I use that other stuff. Okay, that might actually work-ish. Make sure it's tight still. Okay. Alright, so we have that. And that's what I want, because I want that to be my base, and I'm just going to work around. I'm going to try to keep this, because this is not long enough, you know. I guess I could add another piece on top of that, maybe. Let's try it. Why not? So, how's everybody doing? I'm doing good. Getting stuff done, making things happen. It's the way of the world, right? It's not exactly even, but we don't need it to be. See, and I just want it to wrap around. I don't know how many times they did it, but they did it really easily. Let me just make another one. Oops, some of the wax came out. I don't know know how they managed to get, I think their metal was a little stronger than mine, so it held itself better. And if you're making like several of these, you're gonna have to do this for every single one, because they might all come out different widths and whatnots. Add a little piece of tape there to hold it together. There we go. See, now maybe I can join these together with another piece of tape. And just create like a base here. Oh, or like that. Let's see. There, that could work. So now I have that. This is getting a little bit out of shape. So I kind of just twisted it and kind of locked it into place with each other. And we might do that a few more times. I'm going to add another little tiny piece of tape there just to hold it into place so it's not moving too much. Now that wax in there will probably melt, but that's okay. Okay, so, and then I have this other one here. I've got another little tiny piece of tape. I know this is going to get very involved. What was I talking about? Who knows? Anyways, we're just going to do this. Enjoy our time. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, that's already looking better than this. It's still, when I was making it, I was thinking this is looking real weird. This is getting real weird real fast. And I was thinking to myself, I should just stop now. But I didn't, I kept going. Oops. Alright, and then this one, I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Nope, I'm going to have to cut another one. It's a good thing I have several of these. Just loosening the wax. Let's see if I can get it out. This wax is pretty soft, so it's not going to be real hard to get out. There we go. I'm going to do it a little differently this time. Instead of cutting it down the center like a crazy person. Aha! Look at that. Got a nice strip. Okay, so we should just need one more of these strips, and be careful, don't cut yourself. I got so close to cutting myself, that was freaky. Alright, so there we go. It's lovely. Okay, I know this is a lot of work just to make a pin cover or a lid for your custom made polymer clay covered pin, but I think it's worth it. In my head, a lot of people probably don't think it's worth it. Just like I think it's worth crocheting, even if nobody sees it. Yeah, probably one more. So I'm trying to make it all kind of the same width. I'm just going to go down lower, right there. Make it nice and tight. I'm doing it a little differently this time, because I'm going to try to get it exact without wasting. There we go. Look at that. And I need more tape. Yeah, the tape that I'm using is just some scrap tape that I have here that I used for something else, and I peeled it off, and I didn't want to waste it. You know what they say, waste not, want not. Okay. Just gonna get it as close as I can, as tight as I can. If you will stay, please and thank you. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, that one's good. All right. So now I'm going to try to do the same thing and just kind of, actually I'm going to do this. Ooh, I think I made this one a little tighter than the other ones. Interesting. Where's the, oh, it's right there. That's what I was looking for, that little lip right there. So I was going to kind of just swing it around here. If I can. It's not getting stuck like that one did. Okay. Ah, there we go. There we go. Got it in. Okay, that's gonna work right there. So we got a little Frankenstein thing going here, but I think it's gonna work. And I just want to make sure it's gonna stay in place, so I am gonna add another piece of tape there. Now this tape is not permanent, so I mean it's gonna be permanent after we cover it. Alright, so we got our little cap. Look at that. Our Frankenstein cap. Oh man. Alright, now we are going to take this and we're going to repeat the process with our other one. So I'm going to leave it on here. I'm not going to bore you with me doing that all over again. Maybe if I find a different way of doing it, I'll go through and I'll cut in and let you know. So I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera and I will be back. I'm going to put another piece of tape. I'm not even going to, like, if it starts smoking in the oven, I'm going to be like, it's fine. Smoke alarms start going off, it's fine. I'll be like, I'm just crafting, it's fine. There. Alright, so now we've got our little, don't break it, don't drop it. Our little covers here, and that one's kind of, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take some clay, and I actually pre-rolled this out already. Oh gosh. So that was our design for this one here, and I just rolled it out. I cut the slices, and it's got a bunch of stuff on the back. I just sliced it like that and then put it on a sheet of white like this, and then rolled it out on my pasta machine on a 7, or was it a 5? That's a 7. Let's see. It might have been a 5. Yeah, it was definitely a 5. Okay, so I rolled it out on a 5. And this is what I got here. And I think I'm going to leave it that thick because that's a good thickness for it to be. And now I'm just going to measure out It's coming off. Actually, it goes like this. Okay. I'm just gonna measure this out and kind of get an idea of where, ooh, that one's moving. That's a problem using masking tape or painter's tape. It doesn't want to stick very well. Okay. So I'm going to measure this out kind of where I want my design to be. I'm going to cut this straight here. I mean, I don't care if it gets the white on there, but I do kind of want it to be nice looking. So now I'm just going to do that. Try to get it straight. There we go. Set that aside. Keep those little scrappies. I went a little over, that's fine. Okay, and now I'm just gonna measure it here. Mark it. You can barely see it. I can see it's right there. And then cut it. There we go. And now we have a perfectly measured out piece of clay. And I am going to take the Sculpey Bacon Bond and just kind of gently go over my little, I don't know, lid, cap, cover, whatever you want to call it. I should probably leave this upside down so it'll always be ready to go. And once again, you do not need much. I always go a little too overboard with this stuff, but... And we're just gonna gently, gently go over the top here. So we want to make sure that's going to get adhered. And now I'm just going to stick it to my lid here. Putting a little bit of pressure, kind of stretching it out just a bit. And as you can see, it did go over just a little bit. Trim this off a bit because I want it to meet right in the middle-ish. Let's trim off a little bit more. Let's see. Did I get it-ish? Okay, now I'm going to put this back on here because I don't want this to get misshapen too much, and I'm just gonna do the same thing that we did for this and just, you know, smooth it out, get the air bubbles out of there. I'm excited for it. Now on this side, I don't know if I'm gonna fold it in. I might just do that. Just kind of make a little lip here like that. And then put a little disc on top to cover it. So that way we have that little bit. Oh yeah, that is perfect. I love it. Oh my god, that looks so much better than this already. Oh my gosh. That was just so funny. Whenever I was making it, I was like, this is coming out so bad. Okay, so now I am gonna just kind of measure this out a bit right there, and I'm gonna get my circle cutter if I can find it. I have all my stuff in this little like container. I was trying to get more organized. But sometimes I think that organization, here it is, I think that is pretty close. Perfect. Okay. If you don't have a circle cutter, all you have to do is just, you know, what I did, kind of make an impression of it and then just get something sharp and kind of go around it. Like an X-Acto knife or something. There we go. Perfect. And that's okay because we're going to form it. We're going to stick it on top of this here. And we're just going to kind of very gently, we're going to put a little bit of pressure right on top of it just to get it to stick. And then I'm going to blend it together. I'm so glad that I found that video. I'll link that video in the description below if I remember. Sometimes I forget to add the links. There we go. I think that's gonna look really, really good. Oop, I kind of sunk it down a little bit. That's okay because we'll add another little decoration to the center of it. Now when I bake it, I'll probably bake it like this. So this is facing down, or I'll just bake it on my trusty accordion style like that, which I think that is done. It does have a little bit of, I'm just gonna kind of go over it with my fingertips here. It's kind of hard because it's small and I don't want to misshapen it. But I don't want any fingerprints, so I'm trying to be gentle. I think I'm going to call that good. I'm going to put that on my little thing here so it doesn't roll around. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Excuse me. Thing is, I'm going to have to make some more because I actually was playing around with the clay and look what I made. And it got stuck. Don't get stuck. I ripped it on accident when I was moving it, but look what I made. It came out so pretty. Oh my god. I was like, oh, it's so cute. I mean, I could use it. It kind of matches, but I kind of want to use the same technique, the same design. I need to get some more wax paper because I'm getting a lot of stuff here. So I have the gold. I actually went to Michael's the other day and bought some more of these metallics here. And I've got antique gold, 18 karat gold, and copper. That's all I could find. I think they had silver, but I wasn't feeling silver that day. So yeah, I think this is actually a little darker. Huh. I know this is Primo. I got it in one of those sampler kits. So I'm going to roll this out. I know there's a lot of different ways of doing this technique. The way I did it for this was probably not the correct way. It's kind of hard. But you know what? I was playing, I was having fun. That's what counts. So I'm going to try to do it the more correct way. I'm going to go through this, and we're just going to, I have it at a 6 right now, and I'm just going to roll it out until all of the micas kind of are facing the right way. You know, the pigments, the shiny stuff. I think I was folding it. Okay, that looks good. I'm happy with that. I don't need to be all that perfect. Alright, now I'm going to do it the way I did it in my other video when I was making this. I am just going to randomly cut it because I feel like it takes too much time to make those little balls. It gives you a different effect, but I don't know. I think it's just too tedious. It's too tedious for me. I'd just rather do it like this. And then I'm just going to chop it again. And then I'm just going to gather it all up. And you see, you can start seeing the mica shift a lot better than what you could on my previous one. So you live and you learn, you know? All I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little, like kind of like a little square, almost like a cane. And I'm going to cut slices out of it. So I'm just going to, I guess, reduce it. I'm probably not doing it right, but if there are any polymer clay professionals out there watching this, too bad. Sorry about that. I have to turn off the autofocus because it gets a little crazy and sometimes it doesn't focus on the thing I want it to focus on. So now it's in focus. Now you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so now I'm just gonna take that off. And now we're just gonna decorate this. Let me get that off of there. And I'm just going to cut slices of this off and pop it on here. And I'm going to try to make the slices as even as I can. So as you can see on the inside, it has that pretty, I actually like the outside better, but the inside has that pretty mica shift on there. And I'm just going to place these down right on top of my clay. And that one didn't come out right. That's okay. It doesn't have to be like crazy perfect. And it doesn't have to be crazy thick. And I kind of like to kind of stretch it out a little bit. And I got something on there. What is that? There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna go over flatten it out just a little bit and then go through and kind of blend in these areas here. I'm kind of messing up the mica shift a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to blend everything in very prettily. Oh gosh, that scared me. Why? Every time. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and run it through this at a 5 because it probably added a little bit of thickness. There we go. And now you see it. It looks very pretty. Wow. I'm just trying to blend in some of these. I am going to place mine kind of in the middle here because I want to get all of that very pretty mica shift. Try to get as straight as I can. Once again, oops, that's okay. Get over there. There we go. And now I'm just gonna peel it and measure. Hopefully we have enough to, oh yeah, to make the top cap. All right. It looks a little rough right now, but we will get there. Okay, that's fine. Which way was it? Like this. Okay, once again, if you want, you can add it to the clay itself. It's gonna stick either way. I might just do it and see. Let's see the difference. I've done it before. I just need a little bit here and there. There we go. Might actually be easier to spread it out. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to put it like that. This is the bottom, this is the top. There we go. I'm just going to kind of, you know, tug it and then roll just to get it conformed, and it is going to stretch it out quite a bit. So I'm just going to cut it. And then, there, I did a little better than what I did last time on that first one. I didn't get such a big seam there. Okay, now I'm going to put this back on there just so we don't lose a whole lot of shape here. And I'm going to meld this together. We've got some white poking through. That's the problem with using like a clay underneath. You have to be careful that it doesn't start poking through. And I might just take a little bit of like just this and just go over it where I feel like it needs it. I just don't want to use a whole lot of this. I don't know why. Trying to conserve it, I guess. Alright. I might have to add just a little bit right there. Which I do, oh, that's the wrong one. Do have a little tiny bit here that I do not. I'm just going to take a little tiny strip. And it's okay if that little bit of white is right there. Just gonna squeeze it just a little bit. Okay. Actually, I think I might leave it a little. Once again, it stopped recording. Hopefully, hopefully we've got what we needed. If not, that's fine. I'm gonna go put these in the oven at 275 for about 15, maybe, yeah, 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll be back. All right, so they are nice and cooled out of the oven. They actually held together pretty good, which is awesome. So yeah, the only thing with these is that you'll probably see some of the tape On this one, it's not too bad. But, okay. Let's make sure. Oh, perfect. Look at that. That one's a little loose, but it's not too bad. It actually came out pretty nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and add something on here to kind of conceal that that is going down. And I'm not worried about it being crooked or anything. I am just going to use these scrappies here and this one, and I'm going to roll it up into a little ball. Now after we do this, I'll put it back in the oven, and it will definitely, oh, that's gonna look so cool. I'm not really concerned that it doesn't have white in this. I might get some paint and just paint on the inside right here. Hopefully it'll stick, but we'll do that here in a minute. Yeah, let's do that. Really what I should do is go through and kind of buff it down. That's going to take a while though, and pretty sure nobody wants to see me do that again. Am I right? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to make a little ball out of the same clay and place it on top of here and then go bake it. I'm going to use the Bacon Bond, put it on top, place this, kind of squeeze it down, like kind of pat it down a little bit. So hopefully it'll stick. And then I will be back after all of this is nice and, you know, pretty and shiny and whatnots, and I'll show you what else I do with it. So as I was sanding this, I realized that I did not go far enough on this side. So I should have kind of flattened out my circle and went over it just a little bit. So I'm going to forego sanding it right now, and I'm going to go ahead and just add another little layer of clay right on top of this. And I'll probably just take a little bit more of this and kind of roll it out a little more and just, you know, boop. Actually, I think I'm just going to take some of this clay. Oh, wrong way. I always do that. And just plop it right on top of there. I'm going to spread this out just a little bit, just to get that. There we go. So this is why we experiment. Put some of this right on top because I want to make sure it's actually going to stick. Like I said, it's really not necessary if you have polymer clay. And polymer clay, generally, it'll stick. So I'm just going to pop that right on top here and just fold it over the sides. Just like that. There we go. And that's going to kind of help keep that a little bit more in place. I'm just going to go over and cut that off here. That's what makes it great whenever you like pre-bake it. You can always add on top of it. I know I said I was rewatching one of those other videos just to make sure before, you know, I posted on YouTube, and I said that you can't add more. I was like thinking to myself, why did I say that? Of course you could add more after it's baked. I'm like, what was I thinking? I was like, oh well, I'll leave it in there. Who knows? Okay, there we go. Now I'm just gonna work this down and mesh it in. See, it works a little easier whenever you pre-bake it and then add your stuff to it. And now we can add that ball on top of it and add a little extra decorations if you want to it. Yeah, it's better to pre-bake it because then I'm not like smashing it and putting fingerprints in it. I don't know what it is about being on camera is like you kind of lose your train of thought almost and you get a little flustered. You start talking about random stuff. I always think about like dead air, you know? You don't want just quiet. Well, some people do. Maybe it's nicer, I don't know. So yeah, that's what I decided to do instead of you know, sanding it down and stuff. So I'm gonna grab my little ball here and I'm just gonna put it right on top and cat hair because Neo got up here earlier and started messing with stuff. And then we're just gonna pop that right on top like that. But first I'm gonna add just a little bit of Bacon Bond, and I'm just gonna leave it like that because we're gonna kind of squish it. And let's hope that we get it nice and squished on there. And hopefully it doesn't come off. I've tried this before on something else. I can't remember what I did. And it popped off right after. So hopefully this works. I just want to make sure that it is on there, but I want to maintain that little ball shape. Okay, so let's see. I think that is looking pretty cute, in my opinion. So now I'm just going to go through and kind of try to cover up some of these white areas with this clay here and my little scrappies that I have lying around. So that's just a scrap. I'm just going to spread this out just a little bit here. And I'm not going to concern myself whether or not it's, you know, perfect. I just want to go through and kind of conceal these little areas. And I'm not even using Bacon Bond right now because I'm just kind of spreading it on really thinly because I want to cover some of those areas up. Because really this is for me. This is not for anyone, but this is just to give you an idea if you're making it as a gift. See, it's sticking to my finger more than it is. That's why the Bacon Bond really comes in handy. Or liquid clay would really come in handy for doing this. And there we go. See, already that looks a little better. Ding dong, it's my phone. I'm just gonna continue. I'm gonna smooth it out as best as I can. I probably should have done this first before I put that on there, but that's okay. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this out a little bit thinner, like a lot thinner, and create a little like thing to go around the edge just to make it look a little nicer. Peel that off. Because it doesn't have to be crazy thick. That might actually be thick enough. We'll see. See, I went to 3, I do believe, yes. Yeah. And I'm just going to cut a little band here. Try to make it straight as I can. I absolutely suck at making things straight. Okay. And it's okay that it has that white little lip on there. I'm not worried about it. And we're just going to go around the edge here. Like that. And I want to have that little look like that. And now I'm just going to cut it. Oop. And peel everything apart. Try to get it straight-ish. Just going to use my finger as a little, there we go. I think that looks pretty cool. Now we just have that little seam that we have to cover up. I'm going to grab a little bit of this here and pop it right on top. Hopefully I'm in frame. I'm always pop it right on top of that little seam. Spread it out. All right. Now I might just use the dull end here just to kind of straighten out these ends here just a bit. And we do have some unbaked clay on here. I'm okay with that. Just gonna flatten this out just a little bit. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And there's our pin cap. Ha! So I'm going to do the similar thing on the other one. So I'm just going to place this on my little sheet there, my cardstock. I'm going to grab the other one. I think this one I did a little better on than what I did on the other one, for sure. Yeah, it looks so much better. I got it wet whenever I was trying to... So yeah, I'm just going to grab a little bit of my clay that I used. So right here. And I'm just going to grab 3 of these here. Excuse me. And I'm just going to put these together and make a little tiny ball. This one's going to have a little one. A little eggy. There we go. There's that one. And I'm going to go ahead and cut out a little band to go around this area. So we're just going to pop those off. And I'm not going to make it as thin as I did the other one. There we go. This is probably going to be plenty thick enough. I'm actually going to add some Bacon Bond to this one. And then once we get all this done, I'll come back and after I shine them up, make them look all nice and pretty. And I'll show you that I paint the inside as well. Okay. Go over the edge here. This one came out so much better than that other one. I don't know why. It's so weird. Just gonna put a little bit of pressure on that. It's probably out of focus because it's always out of focus. Because I always like, that's why I like having it zoomed out, because it stays in focus better. Alright, see, I don't know what it is with that gold one. I just struggle with that one. I struggled. It's so funny, it looks like a weird top hat now. I probably should get my little silicone tools out and just use those, but I think I can do it with my finger. Yeah, that looks good. And hopefully, I'm just gonna move it a little bit down. This was like the best project that I've done so far with polymer clay that hasn't like really disappointed me. I haven't gone through and been like, ugh, that came out so bad. Like what was I thinking trying to do that? Like I tried to make a bowl, you know, where you put the polymer clay outside the bowl and then you're supposed to pop it out and it's a bowl. Well, I guess I made my polymer clay too thin, or yeah, too thin. What am I doing? I need that. And it broke. Like I could not get it off of the bowl because I've done it before. I made a tiny little bowl and I formed it around it, baked it, took it out, popped it off, and it looked so beautiful. But then on this one, I used this original Sculpey and did the same thing that I did, you know, formed it around the bowl, put it in there, baked it. It got stuck. I could not get it off. I guess, like I said, I just made it too thin, the clay. Like it was supposed to be kind of thick so that when you're peeling it off, it doesn't break. That was my mistake. Okay, I'm just gonna try to get rid of those fingerprints on that. And hopefully we can get this to stick down. And it doesn't move when it's baking. That's what I'm afraid of. Because we don't have any raw clay underneath there. Okay, let's see how that's gonna look. Oh my god, that looks so cool. I love it. Alright, so that's all I'm gonna do for those. I'm gonna go bake these for since it has the balls on top of it, that's pretty thick. I might throw them in the oven for maybe 20 minutes at 275 just to make sure that everything gets hardened correctly. I don't want anything to crack or anything, so I'll be back in about 20 minutes. It will be instant for you. Alright, so here they are all out of the oven and ready to go. I think I'm just going to leave them as is. I'm not going to bother sanding them down simply because I'm over sanding stuff. I'm going to use the Sculpey Gloss Glaze, and I'm also going to paint the bottom and the inside just to make it a little more cohesive. So let's see if I can even get this open. Oh my god, it is really stuck on there. I guess I got some glaze or something on the top. I'm going to have to get something to open it. But I'm also going to get some acrylic paint. Purple here, as you can see. And then I have this gold. And I'll use those to paint that. And I will open this and actually I'm going to paint it first. So let's set that aside for now. And let's go ahead and just grab something to put this on. We'll just use this. Let us repurpose. Let me shake this. So we don't need a whole lot, just a little drop. It's actually kind of nice. Just gonna seal that end. Hear my little puppy barking. They're outside. It is like so cold today. I think I got most of it. There we go, and I'm going to go on the inside as well. Just to make it a little, you know, I don't know if it'll stick or if it'll start peeling off. It'll probably start peeling off really, but because you know it's going to be going on and off of that, but it's okay if it does. Like I said, it's just for me. Probably could have added, I don't know, maybe some liquid clay tinted with gold or something on the inside so it wouldn't get so thick, but there we go. That looks good. And I might just go over the top here, just very loosely. It's not going to be perfect. Too much, too much. There we go. I think that looks much better now. It's not exactly. It's so crooked. It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry. And what I like about the Bacon Bond, that even if it squishes out a little bit, you can't even see it. Like, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah, that came out real nice. Okay, I got water right there, by the way. Just clean that off. I thought I was going to use that one, but this one's just easier to use. Shake this up. These are really old paints. Like, I don't do a whole lot of painting. That one's very, very, it's starting to get a little thick, but that's okay. Just gonna go around the bottom. So that worked out pretty nice. Like, they came out pretty good and they don't look crazy. I really like the way they came out. So yeah, I'll try to shorten up this this tutorial if, not that it matters. Most people don't watch past like the first half of it. They're like, bored. But I'm really just doing this for me and sharing with everybody, with you peeps out there, the peoples. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. I could have even sealed that up a little better, but that's okay. Alright, let that dry. Set that aside. Clean that off. Hopefully it inspires somebody. You know, it's more inspiration. Let's move that out of the way. Get over there. Move your face. Alright. Guess I should let that dry a little better. I've got gold stuff all over. Well, I'm glad that worked out really nicely. So, let me go open this. Alright, got it open. At least I know it's not going to dry out. I think you're supposed to stir it. Now, I will use this one. Give it a little stir. It's the only thing I hate about doing that. I feel like you waste a lot. Oh, my little cat. So I'm gonna go ahead and glaze this. Let's see, because I did not, you know, sand it or anything. This should bring out everything and just make it look beautiful. Now I might actually put it on this just so I don't have to touch the wetness. So that was fun. I'm glad I figured that out. That was so easy to do using the little tea lights. And I've got that little bit left over. And I think I used like 4 tea lights for this. So if you happen to have these little tea lights around, don't throw away the, you know, the outside, the metal part. And just reuse it and repurpose if you're planning on doing something like this. I really enjoyed this project. I'm so happy with the way they came out. And yeah, it's super fun. I'm glad that it worked out and I found that tutorial. I'll actually link the tutorial to that channel in the description below, so that way you can go check it out if you want. They do an amazing job. It's not nearly as long as my videos. It's like 3 minutes and it's like, wow, easy. You know, they show you how to do basically everything in 3 minutes and I'm like, how do they do that? I feel like I have to over explain everything and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Anyways. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gives you a little bit of inspiration and it, you know, I hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!